Hello my dear students, in the first session of our discussion I am concentrating on one of the fundamental concept in physics. That fundamental concept in physics will call it as a motion of a bodies. So we are discussing some of the important parameters which are related to motion of a bodies. When you are discussing about the motion of a bodies, you must know some important parameters which are related to motion. The first important parameters are what? Distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Next we are discussing about speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Next we are concentrating on one of the very important definition or concept in physics, that is called acceleration. So in this lesson mainly we are concentrating on motion of a body. When the body is in the state of motion, the terms which are related to moving body are distance and displacement. Then we are discussing about the speed and velocity. Then we are discussing about what? The acceleration. Okay. So let me know what are the physical states of a body. When you are observing many objects which are surrounding you, you are noticing that either the objects are in the state of motion or else they are in the state of rest here. So whatever the objects you are observing, either those objects are in the state of rest or else they are in the state of the motion. Therefore, rest and motion are called the two possible physical states of a body. Frequently we are using the term. What it is? Duster is in the state of rest. Car is in the state of the motion. Pen is kept on the table, which is in the state of the rest. So what are rest and motion? Rest and motion are the physical states of a body here. Then what is rest and what is motion? How you are going to define rest and motion of a body? Will you tell me what is rest? If position of a body does not changes, concentrate here, if position of a body does not changes with respect to time, then the body is said to be in the state of rest. When does the body is said to be in the state of rest? With respect to time, its position should not change. If the position of a body is not changing with respect to the time, then the body is said to be in the state of rest. Okay. When does the body is said to be in the state of motion? When does the body is said to be in the state of motion? The body is said to be in the state of motion provided its position should change with respect to time and with respect to some reference point. So while defining motion, I am taking one reference point or a reference frame I can take. So with respect to that reference point or reference frame, the body position should continuously change. If a position of a body continuously changes with respect to time and with respect to some reference frame, then the body is said to be in the state of motion. Will you define what is motion? What is motion? Change in. Note down. Change in position. Change in position of a body. Change in position of a body with respect to time and a reference frame. Time and reference frame. we'll call it as a motion of a body. So while defining motion, it's necessary for you to select some reference. With respect to that reference only, the position of a body is continuously going to changes. See, for example, the bus is moving on a road. Bus is moving on a road. If the bus is moving on a road, what I can explain here? Position of a bus changes with respect to time, with respect to road. The position of a bus is going to change with respect to road. What road I am taking, that road will call it as a reference frame. So reference frame is a particular reference I am taking to explain the motion of a body it is. Therefore, what is motion here? Change in position of a body with respect to time and with respect to some reference frame, we will call it as a motion of a body. And one more important point I will let you know here. That point is rest and motion. Rest and motion are relative physical quantities. Relative physical quantities. Concentrate on the sentence. Rest and motion are relative physical quantities. What is the meaning of this sentence? Is it possible for you to analyze this sentence here? What is the meaning of rest and motion are relative physical quantity? The answer is very simple. With respect to one frame, suppose the body is in the state of rest, it may be simultaneously in the state of motion with respect to what? Other frame. So, one particular body, suppose if it is in the state of rest with one reference frame, same body may be in the state of motion with respect to what? Other reference frame here. Therefore, while defining rest or motion, it's very important for you to select the reference frame here. Without selecting a reference frame, it's very difficult to suggest us whether the body is in the state of rest or else the body is in the state of motion. Once again, I will repeat this sentence. Concentrate here. Rest and motion are relative physical quantities. What is the meaning of this sentence? You tell me. With respect to one person, with respect to one frame, suppose a object is in the state of rest. Same object may be in the state of motion with respect to what? Other frame. One point. Second point, with respect to one frame, suppose if the body is in the state of motion, same body may be in the state of rest with respect to what? Other frame. So, whether the body is in the state of rest or body is in the state of motion, it is decided by what reference point you are taking. Based on that only, I can tell that whether the body is in the state of rest or the body is in the state of motion. I will come to few examples. As I said you, with respect to one reference frame, the body appears to be in the state of rest. Same body appears to be in the state of motion with respect to other frame. I will give best example here. You have kept one duster on the table. You have kept one duster on the table. I will ask you the question. Tell me whether the duster is in the state of rest or duster is in the state of motion. Tell me the duster is in the state of rest or duster is in the state of motion. Your answer is obviously the duster is in the state of rest. The duster is in the state of rest. But I can prove that the same duster is in the state of what? The motion. Why? Because rest is relative physical quantity. With respect to one frame, if the object appears to be in the state of rest, with respect to other frame, same object appears to be in the state of what? The motion. So with respect to table on which you kept the duster, with respect to that table, the duster is in the state of rest. Why? Because with respect to table, the position of a duster is not changed. Because of that reason, with respect to what? The table as your reference frame, if you take a table as your reference frame, the duster is in the state of what? The rest. Now what I will do? I will take my reference frame as earth. Instead of taking table, if I take my reference frame as earth, if you take earth as your reference frame, you know very well earth is continuously in the state of motion. When the earth is in the state of motion, then what happens? Our table is also in the state of motion. When the table is also in the state of motion, definitely the duster which is kept on the table is also in the state of motion. Concentrate here. If you change the reference frame, what happens? Physical state of a body is also going to changes. Means with respect to one reference frame, body may be in the state of rest, but the same body is in the state of motion when you are taking other reference frame. That's what I will call rest is a which physical quantity? Relative physical quantity. Simultaneously, with respect to one reference frame, if the body is in the state of motion, with respect to one reference frame, if the body is in the state of motion, with respect to other reference frame, same body may be in the state of what? The rest. That's what the motion is also said to be relative. Best example I will tell you. You are sitting in a train. Okay? Your friend is sitting on the platform. Your friend is sitting on the platform or standing on the platform, and you are sitting inside a train. Suddenly, when the train starts moving, look at your friend who is standing on the platform. How you feel? You feel that your friend is moving backward. Your friend is moving backward when your train starts moving. When your train starts moving, your friend appears to be moving backward. Means with respect to your frame of reference, your friend is moving. In which direction? Backward direction. But with respect to platform on which he is standing, he is in the state of what? Rest. So with respect to you, he appears to be moving. With respect to the platform, he is in the state of rest. So what I can say, whether the body is in the state of rest, whether the body is in the state of motion, continuously depends on what? A reference frame. Therefore, whenever you are defining the motion, you have to select the reference frame. Then only the motion will get the perfect definition. Otherwise, the definition of the motion is meaningless. Now, what is the correct definition of the motion? You tell me. What is the correct definition of motion? What it is? Change in position of a body with respect to time and with respect to some reference frame. That change in position of a body, we will call it as a motion. Okay, related to motion, many parameters are there. One is distance traveled by the body, then displacement of a body, speed of a body, velocity of a body, acceleration of a body. These all are fundamental ideas of one of the basic lesson in physics, that is called what is motion. Being science students, it's very important for you to understand some of the fundamental definitions which are related to what? The motion of a body. But before going to the definition of next parameters, I will introduce the two important definitions here. One is called scalar, another is called vectors. Scalars and vectors. Scalars and vectors. So, we have many physical quantities. What is the meaning of physical quantity? The quantity which can be measurable are called physical quantities. The quantities which can be measurable are called physical quantities. Here, we can measure distance, we can measure displacement, we can measure speed, you can measure velocity, you can measure acceleration. These all are called physical quantities. So, physical quantities are classified into two types. One is called scalar and another one is called vectors. So, what is the difference between scalar and vector? Physical quantities which have only magnitude. Physical quantities which have only magnitude. We will call it as a scalars. I will explain what is magnitude and direction when you come to the next class. Then what are vectors? The physical quantities which have both magnitude as well as direction. For explanation of physical quantities, for description of physical quantities, both magnitude and direction are necessary. Then such a type of physical quantities we will call it as a vectors. So, scalars have only magnitude. Scalars have only magnitude. Scalars have only magnitude, but vectors have both what? Magnitude and direction. The physical quantities which have both magnitude and direction, we will call it as a vectors. Okay. When I come to the next class, in the next class I will let you know some important parameters of what? The motion of a body, that is distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, we will discuss in the next session. So I will suggest you watch this video carefully, read your textbook, make a notes of your own and read that repeatedly. Anyhow, you have sufficient time now, make use of the time, make a notes and try to give the answers to the questions what I am giving you as a assignment. After 2 or 3 sessions, repeatedly I will give you the assignments and try to give the answer for the assignments what I am going to give you in the further sessions. Okay, we'll stop here only. Once again, we'll meet you in the next session with more information regarding the motion of a body. Okay, thank you.